You ever sit in your car outside the grocery store and check your bank balance before you walk in? Not after you swipe, before you even touch the cart. That was me. 30-something, decent job, 7 years of paychecks, and I'm doing math on a carton of eggs in a parking lot. And here's the part nobody likes to say out loud. In 2025, less than half of Americans said they could cover a surprise $1,000 expense from savings. About a quarter of households are living essentially paycheck to paycheck, with essentials eating almost everything they make. Now imagine this. Same paycheck, same rent, same groceries, same gas prices. But you quietly build a full year of survival money behind you, starting with just $50 at a time. And no, I'm not about to tell you to save 20% of your income. That rule was written for people with leftovers. If your leftover is usually zero, this video is for you. In this video, you'll learn how to find your real survival number, what 1 month of your life actually costs, the $50 rule, a simple 2-part system that turns tiny weekly moves into a year of savings, which cuts move you twice as fast and which ones don't help at all, how long it realistically takes to hit big milestones, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and a year of savings, and how to set all of this up in one evening so it runs on autopilot. Stick with me, because halfway through this video, I'm going to show you one 10-minute phone call that can jump you 5 months closer to your goal, without giving up coffee, Netflix, or seeing your friends. If you've ever started saving, got crushed by one bad month, and quit, this is the version that survives bad months. Let's be honest. Most middle-income Americans are not poor on paper, but they're one missed paycheck from panic. The Federal Reserve's data shows the median household only has around $8,000 across checking and savings, and younger households under 35 sit closer to $5,400. Meanwhile, many households' basic bills, rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, transportation, easily run $2,800 to $4,000 a month. On screen, show a simple comparison chart. Column A, typical monthly essentials, $3,500. Column B, typical cash in bank, $8,000 median. So, when your breaks go, or your kid needs an urgent visit, or your hours get cut, there's no cushion. Just that familiar late-night dance at the kitchen table, moving numbers between columns like furniture in a room that's too small. Here's the feeling I want you to never have again. The text that says, "Card declined for groceries." Not because you're irresponsible, but because your savings plan was built for a life with perfect months and calm markets. Let's stop pretending this is just about being better with money. This is about sleep. It's about the sound your car makes and whether that sound makes your stomach drop. 2 people can be laid off from the same office on the same Tuesday. One has 12 months of survival money quietly sitting in a separate savings account. The other has $312 and a stack of bills. Same town, same job, same resume. The only difference was that one of them spent a few boring years moving $50 at a time into a wall nobody could see. Before we talk about $50, we need one number, your survival number. Not your full budget, your bare-bones keep-life-running budget. On screen, show a simple checklist appearing as they speak. Rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries you took at home, health and car insurance, transportation to work, phone bill, because in 2026, no phone means no job search. That's it. Not streaming, not gym, not date nights, not vacations. Important, yes. Survival, not quite. Here's how you get your survival number tonight. Pull up your last 3 bank or card statements. Circle only the essentials from that list. Add them up for 1 month. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to show you why this boring little number is worth tens of thousands of dollars over the next decade. Stay with me. Let's use an example. Say your essentials total $3,500 a month. That's very common. A lot of U.S. households land between $2,800 and $4,000 for just staying afloat.
A full year of survival is, don't worry, you're not trying to save that in one shot. On screen, show a simple number. Year of survival equals $42,000. Wall. Right now, that number probably feels gigantic. If your stomach dropped even a little when I said it, that is the correct reaction. Most people see that wall and never even start. So we're not going to build a wall. We're going to lay bricks.
Here's the first half of the $50 rule. A brick is $50. That's the only unit your emergency savings is allowed to exist in. Not a year of savings, not $42,000, just $50 bricks. Your brick count is simply year of survival divided by 50. For our $42,000 example, bricks. On screen show target 840 bricks once, then fade it out. You write that number down once, then you put the paper away. You are not allowed to stare at it every month and feel bad. Now, here's the move that quietly changes everything. Every week on the same day, $50 automatically moves out of your checking account into a separate high-yield savings account that you do not have a debit card for. Not whatever's left at the end of the month, not when I remember. In 2026, many online high-yield savings accounts pay around 4% or more, while traditional savings accounts average well under 1%. On screen, show a tiny bar chart. High yield, 4%, big bank savings, 0.4%. Choosing a high-yield account is like letting your wall quietly lay a few bricks for you every year, free. So the first half of the rule is $50 every week, automatic, into a separate high-yield savings account. If you're thinking, but $50 is nothing, I blow that on DoorDash when I'm too lazy to microwave leftovers. Exactly. We're just giving that DoorDash money a second job. In a minute, I'll show you how $50 doesn't just beat the average emergency savings, it actually puts you ahead of most of the country in 1 year. Let's run the numbers, honestly. $50 a week is $2,600 a year. That's about $7.14 a day. One cheap takeout dinner, half a tank of gas, or that random Amazon thing you forgot you bought. Remember the stat from earlier. Only about 41% of Americans could cover a $1,000 emergency from savings as of 2025. One survey put the typical emergency stash around $600. Simple comparison bar chart. Typical emergency cash, $600. You after 1 year of $50 a week, $2,600. In 12 months, that tiny habit doesn't just give you a cushion, you're ahead of the typical emergency savings by more than 4x, without a raise, without a second job, just one autopilot transfer. Now, add the high-yield interest. At 4 to 4.5%, that $2,600 becomes roughly $2,650 to $2,700 instead of just sitting still. Not life-changing yet. But that interest is your money earning its own tiny paychecks. It's like your savings account took a side gig that actually pays, instead of the crypto project your cousin keeps telling you about. But here's where things get wild. Right now, we're only using the first half of the rule. When we switch on the second half, $50 stops being a habit and becomes a machine.
Second half of the rule? Every time you permanently free up $50 anywhere in your life, that $50 gets added to the weekly transfer, and it never comes back. You don't slash your life to the bone. You just keep harvesting $50 you won't miss and weld each one onto the rule. Where do those $50 hide? For most people, in the same places. Subscriptions you forgot about. Studies show people massively underestimate what they spend on subscriptions each month. On screen, pop up logos, 3 streaming services, 2 fitness apps, 1 premium cloud storage. You sit down once, look through 12 months of statements, and find $50 to $100 in stuff you literally haven't used in months. Bills you've never negotiated. Phone, internet, insurance. Consumer advocates find that a big chunk of people who call and say, "I'm shopping around, what can you do?" actually get a lower rate. One 10-minute call can cut $30 to $50 a month. On screen, show a newspaper-style graphic. Headline: Customer saves $40 a month with one phone call. Subheadline: Carrier immediately regrets teaching people math. Impulse spending. One analysis found the average American spends over $250 a month on random impulse buys, things that looked shiny in the moment and looked dumb a week later. You don't have to kill that entirely. You just build one rule. Any non-essential purchase over $30 gets a 24-hour waiting period. Most "I need it now" items evaporate overnight. Lifestyle upgrades you are about to make. The new phone that's nice but not necessary. The car upgrade because your neighbor got a nicer one. If you skip one upgrade and redirect even $50 of that would-be payment, you're turning future stress into present safety. Raises and windfalls. When your income goes up, your $50 rule goes up first. A 3% raise on $60,000 salary is roughly $145 after tax. If you send just half of that straight into the weekly transfer, you'll never miss it because you never lived with it. On screen, show a simple stacking bar. Start $50 a week. After cutting subs, $75 a week. After negotiating bills, $100 a week. After raise and impulse tweak, $140 a week. Stay with me. In 1 minute, I'll show you how a single double brick, a special $50, can move you twice as fast toward your year of savings.
Not all $50 cuts are created equal. Here's the idea of the double brick. Your finish line, that year of survival, is built out of your essential bills. If you cut $50 from an essential bill inside your survival number, two things happen. You now have $50 more each month to save, and the total you're trying to save drops by $600 a year because you no longer need to fund that cut bill. So, a $50 you save from outside your survival number, say canceling a streaming service, moves you $600 closer in a year. A $50 you save from inside your survival number, say negotiating your phone bill, moves you $1,200 closer in a year. Same work, double distance. A tiny chart. Type of $50 cut. Extra saved per year. Finish line drops by. Total effect. Streaming service, non-essential, $600, $0, $600. Phone bill, essential, $600, $600, $1,200. So, when you open those 12 months of statements, cancel the unused subscriptions, absolutely, but aim your best effort at the bills inside your survival number. Example: say your phone bill goes from $80 a month to $30 a month by switching to a reputable low-cost carrier on the same network. That's $50 a month saved. $50 a month saved equals $600 per year into your savings. Your survival number drops by $50 a month equals $600 off your yearly target. That's a double brick. One afternoon of admin work bought you $1,200 worth of progress. Imagine calling your phone company and saying, "Hi, I'd like to stop paying for your yacht." They won't like that sentence, but they will have a customer loyalty discount ready in about 27 seconds. Let's put this together with a realistic pace. We'll use a person like you. Take-home pay, $2,800 per month. Survival number, $2,000 per month. Year of survival, $24,000. Starting transfer, $50 a week. Plus one cut from subscriptions and one double brick phone bill. You, $50 a week base transfer, about $216 per month. You find $100 per month from unused subscriptions and impulse tweaks. You negotiate $50 off your phone bill, double brick. Total going into savings, $366 per month. Your survival number drops to $1,950, so your year target drops too. On screen, show a simple line chart. Month 5, around $1,950, 1 month. Month 13, around $5,850, 3 months. Month 25, around $11,700, 6 months. Month 47, around $23,400 to $24,000, 12 months, including interest. The exact numbers will depend on your rates and timing, but here's the shape that matters. Month 5, you hit 1 full month of survival in cash. That means the next car repair, minor medical thing, or bad month doesn't throw you into chaos. Month 13, around 3 months of survival. That's the moment the fear starts to move out. You can handle a short job gap, a relocation, or a surprise expense without late-night panic. Month 25, around 6 months. You now have genuine negotiating power in your career. Month 47, around 12 months. That is a full year of your life funded in the background. No drama, no lottery, just boring bricks. In the last 2 minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do tonight so you wake up tomorrow with the $50 rule already running. Notice what I didn't say. I didn't say, cut everything fun, never go out, and eat rice forever. The entire power here is sequence, not suffering. Save first, then spend what's left. Not spend first and hope something is left.
Okay, let's make this practical. You don't need a new personality. You need one boring, repeatable system. Step 1, find your survival number. Tonight, list rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, transportation, phone. Add them up. Multiply by 12. Divide by 50. Write the brick count down once, then put it away. Step 2, set the $50 weekly transfer. Open or choose a high-yield savings account that isn't your everyday bank. Set an automatic $12 transfer every week on the same day. Remove the savings app icon from your phone's home screen. No debit card. Let a 1 to 2 day delay be a feature, not a bug. Step 3, hunt for your first double brick. Open your last 12 months of statements. Cancel unused subscriptions. Send that money straight into your weekly amount. Then go directly to bills inside your survival number: phone, insurance, internet. For every permanent $50 you free up, add another $50 to your weekly transfer and update your survival number. If you feel ridiculous calling your insurance company, remember they are currently charging you awkwardness tax every month because they know most people won't call. Awkward phone call once or awkward bank balance every week. Pick your awkward. Comment below. If your survival number is $3,000, type 60 bricks in the comments. If it's $2,000, type 40 bricks. Don't post the dollar amount, just your brick count. Your future self will thank you for that tiny, slightly embarrassing moment. 3 years from now, you're going to drive past the same grocery store, same parking lot, same town. The difference will not be a lottery ticket or a miracle raise. It'll be one $50 transfer you set up on a random Thursday, and a handful of small decisions you spread across a couple of years. No one will ever see this savings account. It won't show up in your driveway or on your wrist. But quietly, in a bank app you barely open, you'll own something almost nobody has: a year of your life that belongs to you. The ability to say no to a bad job, a bad offer, or a bad situation without your rent negotiating against you from the back of your mind. So here's your move. Don't try to save a year. Tonight, just lay one brick. Set the $50 rule in motion and let future you wake up to a wall that's quietly growing, whether you're thinking about it or not. You don't need a new life. You need a new first move. $50 at a time. If this helped, hit subscribe and share it with the one friend who always says, "I'll save when I have more." They don't need more. They need a better rule.